Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mass Effect. Where we left off, we managed to prove that Saren is a traitor, and we got quite a few more squad mates. We have Erdnot Rex, Garrus Vicarian, and Talizora Naraya. And, well, with Anderson stepping down as the role for the captain of the Normandy, now we are, well, we're in his place, since he has to step down. And yeah, we're gonna hang around, talk with our people, talk with our homies, and just explore our ship before we go traveling the stars. Let's talk with Joker.
Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
Let's talk then.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Ah.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
Sure.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
Alright, that's fair.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
So yeah, we have a cripple. But yeah, Joker's cool. I like Joker. He definitely gets a lot better in the sequel though. I think he's kind of just he's okay in this game, but he gets way better later on. But for now, let's go talk with Presley once more.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
What are you talking about?
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander, this won't be a problem.
Alright.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were one of the first reinforcements to arrive at Elysium after the Blitz hit. Those raiders were no match for an Alliance frigate. Of course, the only reason the colony was still standing was because of you, Commander. I can't believe you held out as long as you did.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Just, don't be racist. Don't toss your ass out the nearest airlock. Alright, well let's have a word with Kate Alenko. Well first, let me grab this. Anything back here? Nope. There's also something in the captain's quarters. Get that. Just mark all that down. So close to level up, dude. Come on. I wanna level up. Oh well. Let's talk with Caden.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time.
Okay, he doesn't want to talk.
We'll have
What's
time.
your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Alright. We'll talk with Caden another time then. Once he's, up to talk. For now though, let's head down here, and we'll be going down to the cargo hold. There is the CSAC, Alliance Requisition Officer.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased, but I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
So basically, every time we level up, that's when he gets a new stock. Is pretty much what he's saying here, so... yeah. I guess I'll sell this. Can't really get anything else, but that's fine. Kinda silly that we need to buy our own shit, but, Hey, Garrus.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSAC.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSAC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. C-Sec's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside C-Sec. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without C-Sec headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Alright. Yeah, he's a bit hot-headed. I'm not gonna talk to Ashley. I want to avoid starting a romance, so let's equip Tally with her stuff. That's fine, I guess. Sure. Let's talk with... Oh, we gotta inspect Mako. There we go. Now let's talk with... or not Rex.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Oh, come on.
You Krogan live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Oh.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
What? What do you mean?
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I understand.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? To ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Damn. Well, let's go back here. And we will see Engineer Adams and Talizora Naraya. Let me just examine some stuff, talk with Adams.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You've got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions.
So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. She's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Pretty impressive.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Alright, let's go talk with Tally.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, The Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Really?
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Well, I mean, I don't blame them.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exiled, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
I didn't mean to offend you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so worked up. Most Quarians tend to have pretty strong opinions about the Geth.
Yeah, I can gather that.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when the gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
Yeah, thanks for that, Tally. That was very educational. Well, we learned quite a lot. Quite a lot about Quarian history. But now, I think it's time we actually do a mission. Let's head on up. But I'm not going to be doing a main mission. I will actually be doing something completely different and going for a specific thing. You'll see what I mean in a moment. Let's start the galaxy map. And we have basically the freedom to go anywhere we want that's available to us in the Milky Way galaxy. As we can see, we have the main missions, Pharos, Liara's dig sites, Novaria, and a DLC, Asteroid X57. However, I will be going to the Attican Beta first, and going to the Hercules system. Veteran players most likely know why I'm here, though.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Normandy, this is Alliance Command. We're detecting your presence in the Attican Beta cluster. One of our surveillance drones was gathering intel on Geth activities in the region when it was spotted and shot down. You need to go groundside and recover the drone's data module before the Geth find it.
Hold on, wait, okay. For some reason, there was some serious encoding errors going on. I hope that's nothing bad. I'd really hate for it to desync the audio, but anyway. We we survey this, and we find some medallions. That's for another side quest. That's where we're supposed to go, but I won't go there yet. I'll get the heavy metal, that's another side quest. Back all the way out. Bada boom. We got some credits for that as well. And yeah, we gotta get 20 light metals, 20 heavy metals, 6 gases, and 20 rare metals. In Signs of Battle, we'll need 10 medallions and 3 Solarian ID tags. First, let's go back to the galaxy map. And my dogs are freaking out over literally nothing. Hold on. Anyway, we're gonna be heading on over to Eletania. Because there is a side quest we can do that has a unintended side effect that you can trigger. So first, I'm gonna be grabbing, I'll get Caden, I guess, and Rex. Since I'll probably be using a mix of like, I'll either be using Caden and Rex, or Garrus and the other squad mate we don't have yet. So, first, oh, there goes that pop-in. That was very lovely. Okay, so we're gonna upgrade his electronics. Yeah, just make him a bit more effective. And buff his... yeah, make his shield stronger as well, and give him throw. Because that's a bonus thing, it increases your shield strength too. So yeah. So here's the map, and I have a guide up on Steam to show off every location that we need to go to. So first, we're going to be heading on over to this anomaly back here. And yeah, since this is the Legendary Edition, we get a bonus thing for our Mako. A boost. It makes climbing some surfaces a lot faster, and just is definitely something needed. And that's the downside, is that it doesn't always work when you want to. And yeah, I still hate driving this thing. It is so... it's not because it controls poorly, it's just the terrain is so awful for the physics of this thing. Aside from that, it's not bad, it's just, oh my god. It's so awkward because the terrain design is just so rigid, and just very jagged, and overall just not a fun thing to climb up. And we'll be doing a lot of exploring. This was a main issue people had back in the day about the Mako, and that its sections sucked. I don't blame them, but I don't think it was the Mako's fault. It's just the terrain is so awful. Personally, and shout out to it being named after a shark, by the way. We have a hazard level, so we gotta be careful about that. Let's recover this. There we go. Examine the strange part of the artifact reveals a small irregular shaped slot on the underside. It looks like if it would fit some kind of oddly shaped key or trinket. But where such an object would be found is a mystery you are unlikely to ever solve. We'll come back to that later, actually. For now, we're gonna go to something that's not marked on the map. Right here. Because this is how we'll get more materials, like minerals, such as heavy metals and rare metals. They can be found on the planet to explore, but the thing is, they won't show up on your map at all until you go towards them, approach it. I know my health is getting a little damaged. That's also why I hate it. That's another thing that makes climbing around suck, is that you can be at risk of damaging the Mako, but at least it can take some punishment. Let's just keep climbing up. Come on, we almost got it. There we go. I won't be showing off all the planet exploration. I'm just going to be showing it once. And once we have to do something like this again, I'm going to cut. Unless there's like a combat thing we have to do. So yeah. Just know that the Mako sucks, and I'll be doing you a favor by cutting a lot of it out. Because you definitely don't want to be seeing it. There's just nothing of interest. It's very awkward and just very unpleasant. It sucks. But yeah, just gotta get around. Some planets are worse than others too, so that's gonna be a joy. For now, let's just get in a nice spot. There we go. Survey this. Hold on. There we go. We got our first heavy metal. They give us credit. They can give us credits and experience, so that's nice. And then we got the other one, which is at the objective. I'm ignoring this for the most part. Usually there's not really anything of value there. Let me just turn around. I swear to God, I'm fucking trying to. It just does not want to turn for some. Oh, okay, there. I don't know why, it just did not let me turn around when I needed it to turn. It just refused. Okay, there we go. I'm glad, thank God for the boost. There's no way I would have gotten up that without it, I don't think. If this was the original, I would have fallen right back down, and I would have just loaded it. I would have just teleported back to the Normandy and came back. Because it would take so much longer to get around. Okay. Let's keep going. Got a bit of damage, but it's not serious. We don't have to worry about any like actual combat in the Mako, and this does have a giant gun on it. We have the chain gun, and it has some heat to worry about, but we have the secondary fire. We have a rocket that we can just shoot out like a tank. Oh God, okay, oh Jesus, okay, I'm literally holding one button. Like, this thing is just so awkward that even when I hold one direction, it wiggles and wobbles around. Just from the slightest adjustment of terrain, it will lose its mind. Like, look, the moment I approach this, like, just, I mean, it depends on the terrain. It doesn't always, like, freak out, but it can get pretty bad. And because of the bad Mako driving, it's been a running gag in the community that Shepard is just a very bad driver, and that in 7 train, like, all, like, Alliance soldiers who have gotten the N7 rank overall are just bad drivers. So that's pretty accurate. Alright, okay. Alright, Shepard, just, I don't need you to be doing this. I need you to go grab this. There we go. Okay. There we go. We got the other heavy metal. Let's go back into Mako. We're gonna head on over to the objective. It's right over here.
Moving out.
This is the surveillance drone. But where's the data module?
The monkey-like creature seems to have made off with the data module.
Guess we're doing this the hard way.
Yep. And now we have a whole bunch of campsites loaded up, but I know where the right one is. Right here. So we gotta go around and find the correct monkey cave that has the monkey with the module. here. And be sure to expect some reused level design when we do these kind of missions, because there's a lot of reused assets. And thankfully the later games remedy this issue by having there be way less assets being reused. Pretty much to the point where every mission is basically unique. So there's the monkey cave. And also killing them gives you renegade points, so I don't want to kill them. So I'm going to park right around here. There's a monkey right there. He doesn't have the module. So let's go inside the cave then. Into the mine. The mine key. There's another monkey. We got a locked crate. I'll open that. Sniper rifle, light armor, medium Krogan armor. Okay, that's at least something to give to Rex. Sniper rifle? Yeah, I already got something like that. Okay. Caden, you want that? No, you don't. Okay, fine. Rex? Okay, it's worse. Cool. I can sell it at least. So yeah, the first of many reused mine rooms, and I think like there's at one point where they don't even change the box layout. That's how reused it gets. It's so tragic. Ooh, I got medium armor. How good is it? That is... Screw it. I'll try it. There we go. It's better shields. I mean, no, it's better damage protection, right? Yeah, damage protection is better. The shields are a little worse. That's fine though. Alright, so the monkey will be in one of these doors. I think it was the right one. I'm going in here to get supplies. Yeah, I gotta get supplies, so. Heavy human armor, I can just sell that. We got a new pistol at least. How good is that pistol? It's not great, but I could give it to Caden. Yeah, I'll give it to Caden. Oh, I could also let him, yeah, I'll let him use that for now. Alright, so we're gonna head on up. Go on back in here. And this is where we'll start doing a glitch that makes things so much more chaotic. First, we gotta get the module.
He dropped the data module.
It's a miracle the data module's still intact. Joker can transmit this info to Alliance Command.
We quick save. Load that quick save. The monkey will be in front of us. And then we just get all the Paragon we could ever ask for. I love that glitch. It's so good. And that's not the only glitch I'll be using, don't worry. There'll be more. For now, let's check out the... Yeah, not worth it. But with the data module, we'll be having some friends waiting for us out here. Let's get our weapons out. We're gonna be dealing with some Geth. Nice. Nice, Caden. Oh god. That got a little scary. Alright, dealt with that. Nice. I think there's a Geth right back. Yep, he's right back there. I think that's all of them.
All clear.
Yep. Huh. A little tense there, but we dealt with it. No upgrades from. Oh yeah, I could get the. Yeah, I'll be getting that definitely for my sniper rifle. Okay, well. Took care of that. We're done here. Let's go leave. Alright, well. Now we can basically handle any Paragon related thing we need to. Pretty much. So next time I level up, I'm going to be getting that so we get immediate good store discount, and also because we're like beyond the amount of Paragon we need, we can actually just like get another mission active for us, but I'm going to be doing that later because they expect to have like once that pops up, you're supposed to have like about 75% Paragon. So yeah, we're kind of skipping some like expectancies here, but I don't care. That was worth it. I'll save over that too. And yeah, we're gonna be going over to, I think our next mission will be the dig site, which is in Knossos. Is it Knossos or Knossos? I'm calling it Knossos. Or Knossos.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander, I'm glad you're in the area. We've got an emergency situation, and you're the only one I can trust to get the job done.
How can I help, Admiral?
Biotic fanatics have hit a medical research station with a psychotropic drug. The drugs have temporarily driven researchers crazy, and the biotics are effectively using them as human shields.
So if I shoot everything that moves, a lot of researchers are gonna die.
Exactly. A normal team could handle the biotics, but a lot of innocent researchers would die during the operation. That's why I contacted you. I'm hoping you can keep the casualties to a minimum.
I'll do everything within my power to bring those researchers back safely, Admiral.
I know you will, Commander. I'm sending you the station coordinates now. Fifth lead out.
Alright. We're not doing that though for a while, because that is actually a real pain in the ass to save all the... to save them all. So yeah. And yeah, you'll want to check asteroid fields for any more of those like things. Like there. Got another medallion. Therum is where we're supposed to go, but I'm not going to Therum yet. I'm going to keep looking around, surveying more stuff, get the gas depot. Armeni, there's nothing on Armeni. Okay, wait, hold on, did I check that planet? I checked that planet, okay, cool. Well, let's back out. So we can get that experience and thing pop up. And yeah, but I'm gonna call it apart. So next time on Mass Effect, we will be going to Liara's dig site and, well, I guess try to save her. Try to figure out what side she's on, who knows. I'll see you guys then.